It is the day that determines whether Ghana will still be in contention for a ticket to the next phase of the Qatar 2022 World Cup qualifiers before the crunch tie against South Africa on Sunday. The senior national team squares up against the Warriors of Ethiopia later today, and Milovan Rajvac is an optimistic man. Also, last year, efforts to amend the GFA statutes put together by the now defunct Normalization Committee came to a knot. But the man who led 43 other members of the football governing body demanding a review of the law book says they could be back with same proposals as time is running out to restructure the game in the country. And also in the NBA, it was another night for Steph Curry, another night for the Golden State Warriors as they walked away with another win. Hello, good morning. I am Muftau Nabila Ablai, and this is AM Sports. Let's start with the Black Stars, who come up against Warriors in the penultimate World Cup group stage qualifier in South Africa later today. Head coach Milovan Rajvac is aware of the threat of Ethiopia, saying South Africa were lucky to win back-to-back against them. There's more in this report by my colleague, Asad Bidiakum.
The Black Stars trained at Orlando Stadium on Wednesday night ahead of the penultimate game against Ethiopia on Thursday. The four-time African champions were in high spirits as they fine-tuned preparations for the make-or-break game. Ghana is second in Group G of the 2022 World Cup qualifiers with just 2 games to spare. Head coach Milovan Rajvac has backed his charges to secure an important win against Ethiopia.
Sa visine da dosta trče, tako da kažem moramo mnogo ozbiljno prići sutrašnju utakmicu.
We all know what is at stake, so we only have one plan: to win the match and the next match after that. So we don't have any other agenda apart from winning those matches and securing our place for the next round. I think we are playing against a very good team. If you look at the matches they played against South Africa, I think South Africa was very lucky in these matches. They are a good team. They play a lot of passing game, you know, and as you know, we are never underestimating anybody, but we know our quality and what we are capable of doing. So I have absolute faith in my players. They can go tomorrow, go outside on the pitch and deliver the performance which will bring victory for ourselves.
The Black Stars are without Thomas Partey, who scored 2 goals in Ghana's double header against Zimbabwe. The Serbian coach has decried the absence of the Arsenal midfielder, but insists he has quality midfielders to replace Partey.
U najvećem timu igra kod nas, ali drugi koji uđe na njima je da uhvate šansu, tako da je to velika šansa za one koji dobiju poverenje.
Yeah, he delivered excellent performances in the previous matches and scored some goals, but you know, this is football. When you don't have some players, you have other players to step in, you know, so this is how football works. So we always have trust in other players that can step in and deliver good performance and help the team to achieve the victory.
Captain of the team, Andre Ayew, is relishing a 3rd World Cup appearance after Ghana missed out on the 2018 edition of the competition.
In a way, saying that I've been lucky enough to have 2, and then I won the 3rd one. So I don't look at it like pressure, but like a desire and wanting to make my nation and myself proud. So it's not just for me personally, because like you said, I have done 2. But me being able to qualify the squad will open doors for a lot of my younger colleagues. So we are going to fight and do everything to go to the World Cup because I want to represent my nation in the biggest tournament in the world.
After the Ethiopia game, the Black Stars turned their attention to the crucial game against South Africa at the Cape Coast Stadium on November 14.
Meanwhile, Ghana midfielder Isaac Kofi is set in playing Ethiopia in the enemy's territory. Should not be a worry. He was speaking to my colleague, Ulrike Ampofor, on Joy Sports today.
As a nation, we have to, first of all, be very, very focused because we have to get to the South African game with an opportunity to qualify to the playoffs of the World Cup. So when we go there preoccupied with regards to the location or the venue, then it means that we are not focused. And I think that what South Africa chosen as the venue will give Ghana is the good pitch. So we might play on a good pitch, which is going to, I think personally, boost our chances of beating the Ethiopians, because playing on a good pitch, you see that the quality of the players will come out, and then they are able to play good football. And looking at individuals, Ghana and Ethiopia, definitely we have the quality. But on the day of the game, it comes down to motivation and who wants it more. And then I definitely think Ghana needs and wants it more. So we'll definitely go out there and still beat Ethiopians.
Let's take a look at the fixtures of the World Cup qualifiers for today. And we start with that of Africa. And definitely, the Black Stars will come up against Ethiopia in South Africa. There's also the fixture involving Zimbabwe and South Africa. And you can see Tanzania, they will come up against DR Congo. Uganda will play Kenya. Benin will play Madagascar. Congo will come against Namibia. Rwanda will also play Mali. And then South Africa versus Zimbabwe. That game kicks off at 7 p.m. Ghana time, and that will be 9 p.m. South Africa time. If you want to follow it, you can do that. Let's take a look at the fixtures for that of Europe. And most of the nations are also getting ready. Germany, they have already qualified to the FIFA World Cup, but other countries are still struggling. Let's take a look at Armenia versus North Macedonia. Azerbaijan will come up against Luxembourg. Russia will play Cyprus. Germany, who have already qualified, will come up against Liechtenstein. Greece versus Spain. Malta versus Croatia. Republic of Ireland versus Portugal. Romania versus Iceland. Slovakia versus Slovenia. These are the fixtures for Europe, and with Germany already qualified to the FIFA World Cup, is just one of those training sessions ahead of the main competition. Let's talk the Women's CAF Champions League, where Hazaka's ladies, who have already qualified to the semi-final, is leaving no stone unturned as they face Wadigla later today in the last group stage game. Head coach Yusuf Basig says his girls are not getting carried away by their performances so far.
The game is not going to be an easy game because Wadi still have the hope that winning or beating Hazaka's ladies will brighten their chance to qualify to the next stage. So it means they'll come all out, and we are also going into the game with all seriousness, because I've made them to be aware that our concentration levels will be very high. They should keep their head on and then see how we can tame them.
Every Ghanaian is rooting for Hasmal to win the trophy. There were 1 or 2 cautions in your first game. Will you do any changes due to the caution?
Yeah, I wouldn't take much risk for using those players, but I think I have a backup for them.
What will be your final message for Ghanaians, and what should the entire nation expect at the end of 90 minutes?
As usual, their support, their prayers is very, very important to us. And for that matter, we still expect that they keep on praying for us, and we also make them happy. But as a result of the outcome, that they also become happy. So they should rally behind us in prayers and support.
Still on women's football, the Chief Executive Officer of Asante Kotoko, Nanaya Amponsa, has revealed the Porcupines will soon have a female club attached to them after getting approval from the board.
We have decided that we don't want to buy a bus because we don't have the finances to invest into a bus now, but we want to have it on sponsorship. And we discussed at length, and I can assure you that it won't be long. You see a new bus, and it's going to be on sponsorship, all things being equal. We discussed at length, and we believe that we're going to close that in no time, and we'll have our new bus. In terms of the women's team, we discussed at the board level. We had approval to go ahead with it. So together with Madam Evelyn Isiasari, who is very astute in women's football, we are putting in plans to ensure that latest by next season we have our women's team in place. But we know that for all these to be appreciated. The main men's team has to perform to bring joy to various homes so that we can pay some attention to the youth team and the women's team as well.
Last year, 43 members of the Ghana Football Association, led by Brona Ahafo Region Football Association Chairman, Rev Jamra, made proposals to review the current statutes of the Football Association. Their calls were to expand parts of the statutes that want the Division 1 league clubs reduced from 48 to 18, and also expand the current members at the Executive Council level. These proposals were rejected by the FA as they could not secure approval from FIFA. Rev Jamra tells Joy Sports they could return to Congress with same proposals as the new structure of Ghana football takes effect next year.
I think last year, together with some 43 other clubs, I had tried bringing a proposal for amendment to Congress. I mean, I remember in 2019 when the normalization committee were exiting, we're not too pleased with the statute that were given us. So, indeed, we didn't want to adopt the statute then. But again, we came to a consensus that it made a lot of sense to adopt it then, so that going forward we could make certain amendments to areas that we felt needed some, adjustment. So at the back of drop of that, together with some 43 other clubs, we decided to embark on proposal for amendment. Unfortunately, one, we're told we're caught by time, and then also the document was forwarded to FIFA. There was a letter from FIFA asking the Executive Council or Congress as a whole to hold on until maybe the right time where they think, football would have stabilized then, so that we can maybe bring about the proposal for amendment. I know it's something which is very much still on the cards. I've had to answer questions on that as to whether we're going to bring back that proposal to Congress. This year, for instance, we're hoping that, the difficulty is that if you're not careful, you always miss the time count, in the sense that you're not too sure when the date for Congress would be announced. And so each time it is announced, you realize that you are behind time. So, but I'm confident that next year, the Executive Council or the industry as a whole may want to look at those proposals that we made. Because for me, I do not think it was something that was for just my interest alone or benefit to me alone. It was for the total good of the football industry. And so if at Congress we deliberate on the matters and we feel that it is something worth considering, then of course we would adopt same. The fact that everything is going to be adopted, en bloc. So for me, it was quite unfortunate that some people saw it as a way of, taking a dig at the normalization committee or the current FA administration headed by my good friend Keto Kreku. It was far from that. It was something for the good of the entire industry. And so I want to believe that going forward, we may have to revisit that issue and see if it makes sense to bring the proposal to Congress for approval.
This very issue will be gaining more prominence in the coming days because it has started on the WhatsApp groups of the Ghana FA and their members, and probably it could be up there. Remember, we did mention that they want an extraordinary Congress to review the statutes of the Ghana Football Association. Now let's talk about NBA, where last night was another night for Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors as they defeated the Timberwolves 123-110. The blot in this game was that Draymond got injured and it is unclear when he's likely to return to the court to join his teammates. On this note, we say thanks very much for joining us for AM Sports. I am Muftau Nabila Abla. The show continues right after this.